Okay, everybody. Um, my name is Jacob Paget, and I am going to be doing a presentation on the CSS Layout and Display Properties for the CIT230 at BYU, Idaho with Brother Thane. Okay. There's many different ways you can do a layout, and one of the most popular is the golden ratio over here. We've got something we're learning about this week, and the golden ratio is popular. There's also kind of more of a traditional way. You can do a header navigation, more boxy. Main content, your footer, you got contents on the side, ads maybe, or something else. Both of these, here's the URLs for. These are great resources when it comes to trying to figure out how to design the layout of your web page. Moving on, what's more exciting than a web page that doesn't have any CSS in it? Probably everything. A website without any CSS is pretty dull and plain. There are different ways to do CSS. There's inline styles, there's header styles, and there's external style sheets. And we'll get to those right now. We've got the inline styles, or where you type your style right inside the HTML element tag. And the style, in this case, it's a style equals in the parentheses, just like you would anything else. Color, you can put whatever styles you want in here. Here I have an example with two, color and a background. This would make the text of the H1 right here. The heading 1, that would make that a coral, and the background would be this. You could also do the hex style colors as well. Now we have the header styles. These go above your body. So in the head section down here, you can see in line 46. This is something I did in one of my other projects. And this is an example of the header styles. You just put them right above your body content, right in the same HTML document. Moving on, there's the external style sheets. And this is where we link to another style sheet. And here you can see the name of the style sheet is styles.css, and that also is in the head. So kind of like the header styles, the external style sheets is also in the head of the document. Now, when it comes to the elements and tags and whatnot, there's inline and there's block elements. So inline style and inline elements and block elements. And we have here inline works within the text. You can read it there. Within the text is to not disturb the format of the paragraph. So this would be, for example, your anchors, links, making text a link to something else, or your images, or your span. And then there's blocks, and there's many more inlines. Blocks are popular. There are things like they take up the whole line, so they create a new line and separate it from what's above and below. For example, a div element, a p tag, a section, a header, a footer, an h1, or any of the h's, h1 through h6. They all take over and make it into a new line. Okay. So here we're going to go through some examples. I'm going to do an A tag, an image, a span on the inlines, and then on the blocks I'm going to show you an H1, a div, and a P tag. So let's go into it right here. Okay, so here I have a great example of some of my favorite text. This is filler text, very popular among programmers. We are going to do a little thing on tigers. So we're going to go make an H1 and we're going to go tigers. And then, so that's a block there. And then we're going to paste in a picture that we have over here. And we'll save it and go right over to this side and we'll refresh that. There we go. Now we've got a little bit of formatting going on here already because it's linked up with my styles right here. So here's what I got. Remember, you can do element selectors, you can do class selectors and ID selectors by the period or the hashtag there, the pound sign. Or here's an example of the elements. You just do the image. For this example, I've only got one image right here in the whole document. And the background is kind of an opal color. P1 and P2, we're going to do this one here is going to be a class. Okay. So we're going to go back here and I'm going to show you what a link would be. So the A tag, kind of like the image tag. If we want to we can add links in here just by making them anchors. And you can see I've got an image, and also there is the span option. For example, we can put a span right here. Make that a span, and then we'll take the rest of this and we'll put it right here. And then as you can see, we'll save that. And then we'll go back over and refresh this page again. That did nothing to this one. We've just got over here. But we can put in right here these new paragraphs. We could put in paragraph tags. And down here at the end, we could put in another paragraph tag. We got the block stuff coming up, and then we'll save that and then refresh this. And as you can see, that made a dent right between these two lines right there. Put a paragraph marker in. Another block example of the elements would be a div. Here we'll put a div right here. And we'll just let that go all the way in. And we'll save that. And here we'll scroll down. Oops. There we go. That put in a div right there in the middle of that. Pretty basic stuff. Like I said, we've got an H1 here that gives us colors. We've got the image. We've got a class of P2. Let's go ahead and make a P2 class. This here, the paragraph. Go ahead and make that a class equals, we'll go P2. Save that, and we'll bounce back right over here. And there we go. That made a difference. You can see that's a P2 that gives it these attributes right here, these effects. And then we'll go with the ID P3 on here. We will make this in the div right here. We'll go ID equals P3, and then we'll save that, and that will, as we can see, let's make this a little smaller so we can see it there. There we go, it did the same thing to that. Inline elements, like the tiger here, for example, we could add the inline could be over here, the ending, and we could save that and bounce back over, and that would give us something like that. It would take up the whole page, the whole width, because it's as far as it can go there. And with that, we can see how the styles and the layout and display properties work a little bit. And there's plenty of resources here to continue on and learn more. The links that I shared at the W3 schools is a great place to go. And that's it. Thanks for tuning in.